Yes. Another edition of Unspoken Answers to Unspoken Questions. Again, I'm always saying I always bring people that I know that they cut from below to big standard. Big standard. Today, I'm happy here with Carl. Carl has been a friend of mine for 10 years, 15 years. And I've seen again that how he has progressed from talent to, you know, this person I'm having this platform today is somewhat a person that has graced the highest stages in the world. And I say that not to just, blab, graced the platform in the highest place and places. You know, Carl he's played, he's worked with celebrities worldwide. So I'm so humble. I'm excited about the things that we'll be talking about, and I always like to let my guests to introduce themselves. Not that it's me that I'm like, oh yeah, hola, no. So therefore, Carl, it's nice to see you here. Yes, we've been talking about this for some time, and today, Monday, or whatever. But I'm glad. My cheek is even sweating.
Oh gosh.
Carl,
Yes,
thank
man.
you.
Thank you for having me here. I'm Carl Adoo. I'm a musician. Started playing bass. Other instruments like church, like everybody else, and then God, through faithfulness and pushing, God made ways for me to travel across the world and work with so many different people.
Yeah.
Had the likes of working with people like Burna Boy, The Banj, mainly every big person in gospel. I've music directed shows and whatnot with different people. So it's a blessing and an honor to be here. Honestly, I known this man here for many years. He knew me when I was this skinny, literally so skinny. Now, I mean, I can't even fit in the chair. But it's so good to be here.
I know. I know. You said, you just introduced but I'll say, the list will be endless if we continue, and the time will pass. So I'll just let him to, let's roll straight away. So, Carl, um, I always ask questions, most especially for people. How are you?
I'm really well. I'm extremely well. I'm doing well. I wasn't feeling too great a couple of days ago. I had a bit of cold, which maybe you hear me coughing. But apart from that, I'm really good. I'm in a great place. I have a little child who is 1 year, 7 months. So I'm enjoying that space. I'm living life. I'm living life, sir. Living life.
Nice one. Yes, we're going to go to the nitty gritty. First of all, this week has been up and down. Ghana, UK, America, Nigeria, everywhere has been buzzing. But
Yeah.
Carl, you are a person that deals and work with the into of the people that do music. What happened with the Grammys?
Oh man, we had obviously everyone knew about Burna Boy's performance,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
he's now classed as the first African to perform on that stage. And we know he won a Grammy 2021. So all the best to the guys. Shout out to Manny, the music director. Shout out to Jola, Masade, Peter. I mean, the list. Otis, my bro, bass player. So thank you. Shout out to all of them. They did amazing. It was an amazing performance. So I think Africa will be proud.
Yeah. When you said that, do 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 you bring people from the all around, or you just like pick the best, come and work with me, this, or you just bring like the guys that played the
The talking drum.
yeah, they came from Nigeria, isn't it?
Yeah, some of them are
Yeah,
from Nigeria that are based here.
yeah,
I mean, in terms of picking a band, you normally pick people that you can vibe with, people that one can do the job,
yeah,
also are good, have good character,
yeah,
because you're gonna be most of music is 20%, 80% of it is how you relate with other people. So that's really what it is. I believe that the band members were picked based on their character with the music director, which is Emmanuel. So therefore, he felt like these guys can do the job, and they're also two good people. And he gives chances to people. He gave me a chance once to join the team when Bernard was around London around 2017-18. So he gave me a chance, called me up to do a few trips and travels with him. So yeah, it was a great opportunity.
okay, okay. All right, so let's dive into well, maybe you don't want to talk about too much and about that, but the African dominated music in the 2023 2024, it was dominated by Afrobeat.
Yes, sir.
Afrobeat.
Definitely.
But people, I'm using worldwide
Yeah.
now, because I just don't want to use Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it that we still need to do more things to do, or how? I know one of the CEOs was talking about, because they dragged him saying, okay, you have to just explain for us. But really, do we need to do more things, or how do we, get into that platform where what happened to BET? BT now, because of Starboy
Yeah.
spoke out. Now they no longer do pictures and just like that. They bring the artist on stage.
Yeah.
Why not Grammys like that?
I think it's a journey. That's one, and the journey is begun. And what I would say is that it shouldn't just be Burna Boy, Wizkid, and Davido, the three musketeers. I'll
Yeah.
call them. It shouldn't just be them. Like, I feel like this is the season where we need a mass to come involved. Like, and what I mean that coming involved, meaning that they should do it at a higher level. So now you have Ashake, who's now doing his thing. He's coming up. So again, I mean, all that kind of people should just keep.
Yeah, because all these guys are filling the stadiums, packing.
Yeah, so they should keep pushing, never stop. I think the problem is that one person does one hit, maybe earns a bit of money, and then feels like, I'm good. I'm comfortable. We can't be comfortable. Have to keep pushing. I feel like that's what we have to do, and that's what Bernard is showing us that by being Grammys, and I feel like it shouldn't be the end. Next year we should have 3, 4 performances if we can, because to dominate that place, and then after that we should go back to Africa and create our own
Yeah,
Grammy
yeah, yeah,
awards.
yeah. That's
Why
what
not?
DJ Bass was talking
Exactly.
about.
So we need to start doing that.
Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Going back to you. For me, you are a celebrity.
I'm not
You
celebrating,
are a
man.
celebrity.
I'm not celebrating,
Because
boss.
no, well, yeah, you might not uh, classify yourself as celebrity, but me, I know. Yeah, how did you get into bass music, bass guitar? You know,
Wow. It was church. I mean, I grew up in church. My dad took me to church. He realized I had interest in music, so I started playing instruments. I started on drums, went on keyboards, went on guitar, all of that. I hated bass at the first time, but then later on, I got pushed aside from drums because I was making too much noise. So then I picked up the bass, and I realized that the bass was amazing. The most amazing instrument ever. I could put all of that stuff I learned into the bass, and also I was the only one that played it in church. So I grew a very strong passion for it. And since then, it's just been meeting people, especially in the UK. A lot of people I met in the UK, especially the guys on the Burner team at the moment.
yeah.
I started working with them, and then through that, they'll recommend you word of mouth. Here, there, people be like, yeah, you know what, Carl is a great bass player. He can play all the genres. And then that was it. And then when events come, you kind of grow relationships, and then you have groups and people that you work with, and then when those people get contract, and what I mean by contract is they get a gig, maybe an artist is coming, they're like, okay, cool, I can call Carl, I can call this, I can call that person, I can call that person, and that's it. It just grew from there. After that,
So,
no,
so for an upcoming person that just wants to, do music and doesn't know how to, what's the basic thing? Or because some might not be churchgoer,
yeah,
some might be, normal school thing.
yeah.
So how do you then?
Wherever you find yourself, just keep working at it. Keep working at it, and also to go and find places where you can find people that are like you. So, for example, there are like clubs. They are like swimming. They are like clubs. They are like network venues. The people be doing music workshops. All those little things you might find in school. Don't just be one entity. Try and explore, and that's how you grow. Networking is the best tool.
I saw you play for Israel Houston, and at the same time, I saw you play with Yemi Alade.
Yeah,
This artist, ladies, this side is male. How do you switch from this side to this side? I know it was a different venue, it was different places, whatever. Yeah, but as an individual that is into music,
yeah.
how do you pick it quickly? Like, okay, yeah, this is what we're doing. Okay, yeah, because for me, if I'm going to, if I do something that I didn't do like last week, and you want me to go do another thing in a different setting, in a different music, I'll like, okay, I have to learn
Yeah.
this thing 3 minutes. No, 3 days, But you just like, all right, yeah, I've got a gig there. I've got a gig there. Okay, all right, let me see the music. This, and you just learn, and just land, and just boom. How? Sometimes I like wow.
It's it didn't just come in one day. It's years of playing, practicing, listening to different types of music, being involved in different types of sessions. Sometimes also to being pushed in deeper, very very intense sessions. So, for example, like again, we'll do church music, and then literally straight after church, there's an open mic for some of these up and coming Afrobeat guys or rappers, and then we have to go and learn their music. So we used to do that every Sunday after church, every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, every time. So to the point that it's now part of you. It's almost like when you work in very intense environment, high pressurized environment, you get used to it to the point where that the outsider doesn't really see the ins and out because you are so used to it because that's what you've been doing. So it's kind of like second nature because I've
Okay.
done it so many years.
So
I mean,
you
I've
can
been
do
doing
it in your
I've been doing
your
music for
dreams.
about I would say close to 18 years now.
Wow.
So it's part of it's in my blood.
Okay.
So if I get an Israel Houghton gig and the music is there, I'm constantly listening to it. I know that this gig is on Saturday, so I'm going to perfect it, blah, 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 do all that I have to do to get it right. As soon as, if that same day, maybe I have that gig and I have Yemi Alade or someone else or anybody else that's totally different, I'm listening to that music also. So I'm prioritizing my time to make sure that I soak it in. But because I have the experience and I basically know what it takes to sound like that kind of music, and it's a genre of music, Afrobeat or gospel or reggae or salsa or whatever. You kind of know, okay, I've got the whole structure of the songs, so now I know what to make it sound like,
Right.
as authentic as it should, and that's come over years.
Yeah. Yes, I'll definitely put the link of Carl after this video, and also subscribe, share our platform again. Let people know what we're doing on Spoken Answers to Spoken Questions. Yes, Carl. This industry is, like, I'll say a lot of things. Yeah, in the industry, and I question myself. Yeah, I wouldn't mention the name now, but you might guess. You know, you guys get on the, not you. They get on the on the stage, bro. It's like a ritual. It's a ritual. Like we should be hearing music, vibes that will make us celebrate, do all this like that. But some things like it doesn't add. You know what I mean? In those kind of situations, I know some Americans now, they do the same thing and say, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's how I roll. This is how I roll." What do you have to give people? I don't want to say just Christians, because we go to this. Look. The person that goes church, he's the one that will go
For the club.
to the, yeah.
Exactly.
You understand? But when you now magnify, it becomes like, what we doing? Yeah. How do you help us?
Can I be honest? Sometimes I'm as shocked as you guys, because we are not even told that this is what's gonna happen. I'm being so serious with you. Sometimes those things that happen.
But you guys do rehearsal.
Yeah, but those stuff are never taken. I never done a rehearsal. So we don't even know that's gonna happen. They will say, "Oh, you know, I just need 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do this," and then we're like, "What's that?" And then maybe the music director will be like, "You know, just follow him. Let's just wait and see what happens." And then something happens.
Wow.
So I'm gonna be dead honest. 90% of the time, we actually don't know what's happening. Now, the other 10%, sometimes when we see what's happening or we've seen those behaviors and stuff like that before, we've seen maybe backstage or in their private life outside of music. By when we finish gigs and we're in the hotel and maybe they go away or something like that, and we've seen saying things that we're like, whoa, this is a bit, whatever. As a human being, you kind of decide, is that what I want to be doing? Is that part of me, or am I happy with it? If you're cool and you chill, then you chilled. If you're not chill, then you kind of have to have yourself guarded and do what you have to do. But most times we actually don't know what's going on. Honestly, as much as we rehearse, that's things that a lot the audience don't know. As much as we rehearse, as much as we do all this kind of things, spend hours, the artist has the right to do what they want. They can get onto the stage and literally decide, listen, I'm not doing that song that way. I want to do this, and we have to flow. He's the boss. On stage, he's the boss. He's the one that's steering the ship. We are just helpers. The musicians are helpers, so we're just there to help. And as we're there, the music director is our boss, so our line manager, and then he reports to the boss, and then that's it. As soon as they give the all clear, okay, we're going, we go. And even in the music, with all the stuff we've done, the programming, the everything, put the music together, sounds exactly like the CD or even better than the CD. He can decide to go left in the music, and we have to find a way of going left with him, jumping with him. It's just, that's what we are employed to do. That's what our job role is, and therefore, the better you are at doing that, the more you be on the gig. Because some people come and they are not able to flow like that, and then they're off the gig. Some people, they come and they are able to flow, and then they stay on the gig, and then they become favorites of the artist, and they grow the artist.
What surprises you in this industry?
Oh, mate, we've seen a lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of things. I mean, I have seen... I've seen a lot. I mean, I'll give an example. I've seen people, take so much substances that in the morning they literally have to calm themselves down in a bathtub. That's how bad it can get. I've seen so much. It's unbelievable. That's just an example, but trust me, what you think you have not seen, I think I've seen it.
Okay. Let's not exam either. Okay, what's your worst gig ever that made you? Oh, I was shit. Yeah, I was. Because all these things make life.
Yeah.
It makes life. So, that's what we always say, like in Unspoken answers, it's just the things that we can't see, we can't say. We just like, this thing, and we just, okay, yeah, it exists.
Wow. So, so one time I got called for, it's kind of a last minute gig, but it was a rehearsal and then the gig for this was like an R&B. So this was like, maybe I would say back in 2000, 2005, he was pretty big in the UK, and I got called for a session to do a rehearsal and the gig. And honestly, I did not prepare. I was not prepared, meaning that I did not learn the songs. I literally was learning the songs that day, literally an hour before the rehearsal. And I thought that, this I'm Carl now. I know the songs. I know how to play bass. I've played all
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah.
I should just be able to pick it up. But then I forgot that it was a different type of
Setting.
setting, and also it's kind of old school. And most of the old school music, if you understand old school music, they're a lot more detailed than music nowadays. Old school music, they put a lot more detail into it. There are a lot of movements in the music. It wasn't as straightforward. Just now Afrobeat is just maybe four chords or just a groove you dance to. But back then, there's so many things. I'm telling you, I got to the rehearsal, I was lost. I was so lost. The artist came in and they looked at me and they were just smiling with me, but I knew I was getting fired. I just knew I was getting fired, and I mean, I did the best I could, trying to listen with headphones, and then when he had a break, I'll listen with headphones, and then
Yeah.
quickly just come back in. But bro, it did not work, and I got fired. I got fired. I got a call the next day to say that, you know what, you are not good enough, and we've got another bass player. Since that day, there's no music that will come to me. As soon as I get the music, I listen to it before I make a judgment.
Because I always see you.
Whether-
You always listen to music. You always like this one. Okay, yeah, I'm traveling this one. Okay, yes, this. Yeah, I always. Yeah, I always.
That from that day, even if I get music right now, if I see an email saying this is the gig and here's the music, as soon as I've done with this podcast meeting, as I'm heading home, I'll listen to it just to make sure I have an idea of the type of work I need to put in, so that I know how to plan my time. That's it.
Cool. Unspoken answers, unspoken questions. Yeah, you've got still little girl. I mean, boy, and family, and again, you still juggle with some aspect of outside the industry. How do you bring those things? I know you're going to travel now. Yeah, you're on your way to a place, a different country now, but you're gonna leave the family. So how do you then, you come back again after six days or whatever, and well, sometimes when you come, you like, sometimes even when you come, it's rush, like okay, yeah. But how do you, manage it?
My a mentor of mine says that it's like juggling three balls. You keep juggling, you throw it in the air, and then you make sure that you're handling it properly, and then once it falls, you throw the other one, and that's how life is for me. And honestly, because I've been doing this since I was a teenager, and when I got married,
Yeah.
one of the things I thank God for was that my missus understood the kind of job I did. So it wasn't like, I didn't know you were doing this. She knew what exactly she was getting herself involved in. And also it was a discussion that was had. I think a lot of us, we don't open up with our dreams and ambitions to our partners, and therefore sometimes along the way, they don't understand us, but there's an understanding at home.
Wow.
That this is what I do, and it helps. And when I'm at home, I'm at home. So I might not be at home as much as people may think, but when I'm at home, I try to be at home, meaning that phones are off. I'm with family, I'm with my son, playing with my son or doing whatever. When we have to go shopping, you do that. As soon as the time comes that I have to travel, they know I'm out. But when I'm at home, at least I'm present.
Okay. So you're saying that your partner must understand the vision.
Yeah, it's very important that your partner understands the vision from the get-go. It's extremely important. If they don't, it should be a discussion that's been had. Don't just go in for lovey-dovey. No, that would end very soon. But if you want a long-lasting relationship and build a family and still do music or do any other extra, it's with having a second job. It's a discussion that has to be had in the with your partner.
Wow, Carl, thank you so much. Lastly, you always say unspoken answers. I know for me now, I don't know if I can still uh, carry an instrument. I used to. Uh, it was Beagle, as a boys' brigade, But for people that are out there still pursuing their dreams, instrument, music, football, uh, you know, doctor, whatever. In music, most especially,
Yeah.
what do we, as in, look for?
Um, you have to have the inner determination to make it. I think everything starts from within, and if this is your passion, try and make the time. If it's truly your passion and it's truly what you really want to do, I think you have to make the time, because it will show that I'm very passionate about this thing. But you can't just say, and I'm not trying to be harsh, you can't just say, oh, I want to do this, but then you're not really passionate about it. And when you're passionate about it, you take a step by maybe getting lessons to want to learn. And then maybe you might have a very busy week, but then at least 1 hour in a week just to learn and just be determined and stick to it. And maybe after that 1 hour, you realize that as you get into it, your love for it grows. And therefore you start shedding off other things to give it more priority. By the time you realize, you start building and you've now become very good at it. And then you start doing what you always dreamt of doing. I mean, that's how we started. Just that probably I started at a very young age. But if it was now where I'm starting, I will just start gradually. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
So you can't start with anything that you want to do. It's determination first. Then you take the first step of getting help. So someone who's specialized in helping you develop, and then from there, that's it.
Carl, thank you so much for coming. God bless you.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
Thank you.
super grateful.
Unspoken answers to unspoken questions. Yes. Leave your comment. We'll definitely send it to Carl to respond on whether email, YouTube, or a different platform. But thank you again. Share a platform. We'll see you next time. God bless you.